Billy went upstairs to brush his teeth. Mother started clearing the table. The dragon, who is quite as big as Mother by this time, that's not so good, right? Made himself comfortable on the hall rug and went to sleep. So now she's ignored something for so long that it's basically her size. You know, I've seen people in therapy talking about their marriages when they're sort of on the verge of divorce, you know, and they have dragons that the person brings with them that are their size or bigger. And what that means in some sense is that they've ignored certain things for so long that the problem has become so complex and multifaceted and multi-headed that they no longer have the energy or the ability to solve it. So it's like, you know, I tried to calculate at certain times how many decisions that you make during a day, you know, whether you're going to react one way or another, and maybe you're doing that in the context of a relationship, you know. And you know, most of you know, if you've had a relationship of any length, you know, more than a couple of months, you start to actually interact with the person rather than your idea of the person, and you know, there are conflicts, and part of them are because you're both stupid, neurotic, and ignorant, and half crazy, and some of them are because life has real problems and there's really difficult things like conflicts of interest that have to be worked out. It's really hard, and you know, you can, with each interaction that you have within a relationship, you basically decide whether you're going to address the reality that's in front of you or whether you're going to let it slide. And you know, if you let 10 or 20 things slide a day, those are all things that would in principle have to be addressed in order to keep the relationship pristine and functional and adapted to the current situation. You let 20 things like that slide a day, it's like 150 a week or 600 a month or 7,000 a year, and you do that for 10 years, then it's 75,000 things that you haven't dealt with. And so then you go to therapy and you say, our marriage isn't so good, and you know, you look behind it and you say, oh, there's 75,000 problems that you haven't solved. It's like, good luck starting now. You know, you just can't do it, and at that point maybe there's no way out. Divorce, it's like, good luck with that, especially if you have children. It's like you might as well have terminal cancer. You know, getting divorced with children is no joke, and I've seen people's lives absolutely demolished by that, so that there was no hope they could recover. It's really not good. I mean, sometimes it works, and the people are, you know, they can communicate enough to be reasonable about the distribution of assets and the children's custody, but, you know, if they're not reasonable, oh my God, it's just awful. So, don't generate problems around yourself by avoiding necessary things until the problem is so big that it's bigger than you, because you're basically done at that point. You can't fix it. You don't have the energy. So, you can tell when a couple's like that because they keep bringing up things from the past, like 20-year ago things. You know, he's always like, you've always been like that, you're like that now, and you'll always be like that in the future. It's like, that's no way to begin a negotiation. And then you can remember something that happened 20 years ago and bring it up. It's like, that'll make you happy.